hear your expressions.
This is the Nana Yaya Show. Hello, Miss Petraa. Welcome to
Hi,
the Nana
Nana.
Yaya Show. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. So we'll just jump right into it. Who is
I'm ready.
Petraa?
I'm ready.
Tell viewers a little bit about who Petraa is.
Okay, awesome. And just to let you know, I'm so used to being on the other side of the
Yes.
interview. So
Yeah.
it's been a while
Yeah.
since I had an interview where it's on me. But just for all of those that don't know me, my name is Petraa. I'm an artist, a musician. So I sing R&B, reggae. I recently got nominated for a Juno Award back in 2020.
Yes.
I'm also a radio host, fashion designer,
Oh.
actor, and just recently also started my own digital marketing agency. So I have a multitude of things going on right now.
Oh wow, you're a busy lady. You're a busy entrepreneur. You're a
Yeah.
busy entrepreneur. Nice, 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 nice. So what if so people don't how do we call it? How did you grow up? Let's contextualize and get a greater understanding of you as a person, your background. How did you grow up and how did that, influence you going into music?
Well, if you can't tell, I have a bit of an accent. So
Oh, well, now your accent is coming out.
I find living here, a lot of people don't really hear it until I actually
Yes,
say a full sentence. But
yes.
for all the listeners out there that wondering where I come from, so I was born and raised in the United Kingdom. I'm from England.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from a little town. Well, not really a little town, but like a not one of the major cities. It's called Leeds. So
Oh, you were born in Leeds.
yes, I was. I'm a Leeds lass, country lass.
Girl, so what are you doing here in Canada?
Well, I actually emigrated here the beginning of the early 2000s with my family. So I came
Okay.
with my family and I went to Seneca College and I graduated in general arts and science. And then due to the program I was in the accreditation program.
Hmm.
So I jumped into my third year at York University and I also graduated with a Bachelor of Arts and Honors in Labor Studies.
Okay. So now I'm now become more interested in how you moved. What was the what was the influence that made you move from, the UK to Canada?
Well, essentially, as a child, I lived in Canada for 2 years. So I actually
Okay.
moved to Canada when I was 6, and I lived here till I was 8 in Mississauga with my mom. And by
Mm-hmm.
the time, like, we didn't get a chance to stay. So when my mom went back to England, she always planned to come back to Canada. So in my mind, like, I remember, like, a small part of my childhood always loving Canada is one of the
Yes.
happiest times for me. So I always dreamed of coming back here. And then when I was 18, just telling people my age, but when I was 18, I came back to Canada, and I got to continue what was started earlier on in my life. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
so
it's sure good to see you because when it
thank
comes
you.
to music, I think reggae music has a strong footing in England. If I'm not, yes, actually,
Exactly.
we could say England influenced reggae music quite a lot.
Most definitely. And that's the thing. I'm not actually Jamaican background. A lot of people assume I'm from Jamaica because I sing reggae music, but
Yes.
I'm not. Like my background is Vincentian, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So it's kind of ironic in a way because my island is best known for like soca, calypso, but
For
we're
some reason, and I said corrected that I thought you were doing more like dance hall.
everyone gets that impression that I'm a dancehall artist. I think I have that type of energy, 'cause I love to dance. but
Yeah.
I sing more lovers rock and more soulful reggae because growing up in England, I grew up with an eclectic sound of different music. So I grew up with
Hmm.
like soul music,
Yeah.
pop music, also reggae music. And
Hmm.
growing up, I was infatuated with R&B. I loved like Mariah Carey
Yes.
and Whitney Houston, Mary J.
Hmm.
Blige. So that's what I essentially like love listening to. But then I also was heavily influenced by Marcia Griffiths, and it was her music that is some of my earliest memories for music, which is what made me want to get into reggae music because and singing lovers rock and that type of sound, because I felt like Marcia Griffiths encompassed the R&B sound mixed with the
Hmm.
reggae sound, and lovers rock is like a timeless genre, you
Oh,
know.
it is. I love my,
Mm.
but then, and that's where my bias comes in. That the lovers rock, I'm used to old, the oldies from Jamaica,
Hmm.
serenaded, and I saw that maybe recently, Romain Virgil, is that the
Remain
name?
Virgo, yes.
Virgo. Oh, mm,
Yeah, I actually had the pleasure of interviewing him because I also do a radio show. So
yes,
I interviewed Remain Virgo. I think it was like last year, and he's just an amazing person. Like
and
honestly,
Chris
I'm so
Martin.
happy. There's people like Remain, and I got a chance to interview Itana and Elaine,
Yes,
and those are two of my all-time
yes.
favorite singers. Like my big three is Master Griffiths, Itana, and Elaine, and I got to check off at least two on that
Oh,
list so
wow.
far.
So
So
this year you check off the next one.
Master Griffiths, yeah, that's like my ultimate interview. Like,
Many a nights they've kept me company during a night shift.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice, nice, nice. So, you are in an industry here in Canada that generally the music industry is um, dominated by the, male gender.
Mm-hmm.
In the first place, before we get into that, what I wanted to ask was if you come from a musical family, because then the influences that pushed you, or what influenced you to start singing.
Honestly, I just think it's something that God has put in me because there's nobody musical in my family that I know of. There's nobody. I'm the one that sings music. Like my mother, she's in the legal profession. She's a lawyer, so she
Hmm.
was more encouraging me to go to university and follow that path, which is what I did, and I did that to please her. But I've been singing from I was 3 years old. I used to line up my
Okay.
teddy bears and sing them old Motown
Yeah.
songs. So I think it's something God has put in me to be a messenger
Hmm.
through the music. So whenever I write, whenever I perform, I know who I'm doing it for. I'm first and foremost, I'm doing it for the Most High, and
Yeah.
secondly, I'm doing it to deliver a message, to people. I want to uplift them, make them strong, make them happy, motivate them.
Hmm.
So yeah, and I have a son as well. I've tried to encourage him to do music, and he's not interested. So it's just me that I know of in my family doing music. So I'll just keep it going.
Yes. How do you combine that parenting and this busy schedule of yours? That is something to admire.
Thank you. I just think any parent knows, you just work with it, and anything you love, you just make it happen, and after the Most High, after God, I put my son, so he's like my reason, my why for why I do
Hmm.
everything. So I fit everything around him, and being a musician, it's my other love. Like music was my first baby, but music had to get demoted for my real baby. But
Yes.
you find a way to make all your babies fit together and work together. So I could even tell you that it's not easy. Every parent knows it's not easy to
Hmm.
manage a schedule, manage the things you love. Because I find like a lot of musicians, like a lot of them, not every single one, but some, they don't have children, so it's a lot easier just to kind of pursue their career. And then some that have children, they tend to kind of give up the music and don't do it with so much
Yeah.
passion and so much zeal. But
Hmm.
I really feel the greats are the ones that can balance the two. And
Hmm.
yeah, I just,
Hmm.
as I said, it's something that God put in me, so I'm just always going to do. I'm not going to stop. I'll always find a way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would have said strong, but I think it's more of dedication.
Thank
You
you.
are a very dedicated person towards your art and towards family. And I think a lot of us need to learn that and not give up so not give up so easily. Wow. So
Thank you.
last year you were busy.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop. But yeah, last year was super busy.
Last year was very, very busy. Tell us some of the things that were going on last year. That mhm.
Well, I see. I'd love to encompass maybe the past few years.
Mhm.
I'd say probably from 2020. That's when I got the nomination for the Juno. So I feel like
Yes.
from that period, my life has just taken off in ways that I could even imagine. Like prior to that, I was more focused on raising my son and just kind of getting back into the swing of things, because for all of those that don't know out there, that my son, he got diagnosed with autism when he was very young. So
Oh.
I spent like many of his earlier years just focusing on raising him and just
Mhm.
trying to be a support system for him. And any parent out there that's a parent of an autistic child knows
Mhm.
it's so
It's
difficult.
challenging. Yes.
Yeah, and challenging in the early years. And I had
Mhm.
to make a decision, to focus on me and what I wanted to achieve, or just to do what was right for him. And that's what I did. So I say prior to that period, it was kind of quiet for me. I wasn't really focusing on music as much as I wanted to, but I was
Mhm.
still writing. And then a song that I'd written prior to 2020 is a song called Never Broken.
Oh
So
yes.
yeah.
That was
Thank
next
you.
on my agenda, but since you said it, never
Yeah.
broken. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. It's a part of my story. And also there's another thing that maybe
I
people don't know
figured
about
that
me.
part out.
Even that's okay. I tend to kind of follow like a timeline, when I think about things that have occurred.
Mhm. Mhm.
But even prior to that, unfortunately, like me and my son's father, when we were really young, not really understanding life, like I was wrapped up in an abusive relationship with him for a time period, which led to the end of our relationship. So a few years, and that actually happened when my son was like 9 months old, so
Mhm.
and then my son got diagnosed with autism a couple of days after that. So that time period was very, very difficult. Went
Yes.
through a lot of challenges, and there's many times when I didn't feel strong. And
Mhm.
if anyone understands the name Petra, the name Petra is Latin for rock. It means strong.
Yes.
So during that time period, I really felt like I was being challenged, but God had given me the strength to overcome and survive that time. So
Mhm.
music has always been something to hold me strong, to give me that strength. So
Yeah.
in that time period, I wrote the song Never Broken. And I remember writing that song and like crying to myself as I'm singing that song in the mirror, because I felt so broken at times, but I'm like, nothing's going to break me down,
Yes.
and I sang that song for a little while, and then actually went away to a single mother's retreat with some of my other friends from church. And this
Yes.
was in New York, and we went to
Mhm.
this event, and they had a time when all the mothers, they could get up and do a talent, whether sing a song,
Yes.
a poem, what have you. And as I said, during this period, I wasn't really focusing on music. I was just focusing on being a mom.
Yes.
So then I wasn't gonna go up there. I was not gonna go. I was gonna sit there and be quiet and just, But something in me, like I felt the Holy Spirit take over me. God pushed me and said, "Go up there." So I felt my body getting pushed up there. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I had no music. I just sang Never Broken a cappella. And when I finished singing that song, like these are ladies that we share different socioeconomic backgrounds,
Mhm.
different experiences, a different country because I'm in the US, and
Yeah.
I sang this song a cappella, and these ladies stood up, gave me a standing ovation. They were crying, tears
I
from their eyes. I
I
was
could
like,
relate.
wow, and it touched me to know that I could really connect with some women with this song, and at that moment I'm like, God has given me a song that can really help people. It's not about me anymore. So that was 2019, and then it was 12, that was the summer of 2019, and
Mhm.
then the fall of 2019, I submitted the song to the Junos, and I was a bit nervous because I'm very
Yeah.
critical of like my music and myself, and there's always something we could be doing right. So I was like,
Yes.
okay, I don't know, but I just took a chance, and then I submitted to the Junos. And then I got a call in January, and I was told, oh, congratulations. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, congratulations for what? Oh, you got nominated. I'm like, what?
What?
The song got
So that
nominated?
was your first shot.
I know.
Wow.
Couldn't
Th-
believe it. So
I, I
from then it's
I
been life
believe
changing.
I believe it because you telling the story of you singing, this inkling, this push energy, pushing you
Mm-hmm.
to go stand in front of these women. Different many people, many of us are purpose driven. Some
Mm-hmm.
find our purpose in life, others don't find it or don't even search for it to find
Yeah.
their purpose. So you I, from what you're telling me, I believe you womaning up, you know, even though you were never standing in front of these women, validated that what you're going through, you're not the only person that had gone through that. And they could, as human beings, how do you call it, as human beings,
Like
they could
relate.
feel, they could relate to you, they could relate to you. So if they were relating, only God knows those who were listening when it went to the Genos. You just have to take that chance and look at what
Yeah,
it's doing. So anybody
exactly.
listening, all of you listening, take that chance when when you feel that, when you get that inkling, go for it. What would have happened if you hadn't? You wouldn't have known where it could, the possibilities and the doors that it would have, opened to you. So for this is her motivating part. Do not, let it go. Go
Mm-hmm.
for it. Push through it. Wow, this is something. When stories are told like this, it just feels like, oh, it just happened. But there was a lot of work, and emotions in the song. And I have watched the song on YouTube because you have it. Is it on YouTube or on your Facebook? It's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
it's on YouTube. You
It's
can
on
find Never
YouTube.
Broken on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I have watched it and it's like, oh wow, it's powerful. It's powerful. More
Thank
grace to
you.
you. More grace to you. Hi
Thank
guys, if
you.
you tune in, this is the Nanaya Yabua show. We are live on YouTube, but you can also get this on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Madam Petra, Juno awarded, Juno nominee,
Yes.
musician extraordinaire who has just started. And oh Lord, in 2 to 3 years' time, I'll have to call your PA before I talk to you
Oh boy.
to book you for the next show.
Don't worry, you'll always have my direct link. Don't
It
worry.
wouldn't even be 2 to 3 years. That's too long. Next year,
Yeah,
because
that's the plan. I'm working
yes,
hard.
I feel bigger things coming up with your radio show and with
Thank
your
you.
digital marketing and the music. It's like, so let's talk about music. The music. What are the plans for it?
Well, music is always something that I'm always gonna do. So I'm just exploring new avenues. I'm actually excited right now because I'm actually part of a music program with the organization keep6.org. And
Mhm.
we got featured on City News last
Mhm.
week. So that
Oh,
was really, really amazing, to be a part
yeah.
of the program. And just like you said, I took a chance. I took a
Yes.
chance to reach out to the organization to see if I could be
Hmm.
accepted in the program, and it's just been so amazing. I've met so many new musicians, artists I've never heard of before who are also accomplished. So
Yes.
that's like a new journey because last year I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus from the music, even though I
Hmm.
still did music. I actually performed at Rastafest. I was one of the openers, so I
Well,
headlined.
it's at Delhi. What you
Oh,
came to Delhi?
Rastafest. Rastafest is like a big reggae concert. It's one of Canada's biggest reggae concerts.
Where did they hold it at?
They held it, I think it was in the west part of Toronto. I think it was
Yeah,
along.
Delhi.
Okay, yeah. I'm not too familiar with the west. I'm an east side girl.
No, I live around that place in
Okay,
that
okay.
Brantford. So you passed me a wee bit to go to Delhi. Yes.
Okay, awesome. I'm not so familiar with the term, so you would know better than me.
I
But
was even surprised there was a Rasta Fest there, which means this year, when
hmm
I know Well, you tell me, and then I will also show up.
Most definitely, I'm gonna be there. So
Okay,
fingers
great.
crossed be performing. But like last year was definitely an honor to be one of the headlining acts. I
Mm-hmm,
was really
mm-hmm.
happy. I performed with Jay Douglas. Um, I did a song with an artist called Ras Morgan, and we actually had,
Yes,
yeah, Ras Morgan. So
yes,
the song we performed was called "Show Me Your Love." That song went to
yes.
#1 in Jamaica on CVM TV. So that was really exciting. And CVM TV was actually there. So I got a chance to speak with them. And
Yes.
then on another note, just to kind of let people know, like sometimes you could do the work once and
Mm-hmm.
that work will continuously be celebrated, because I
Yes.
also found out last week that the song Show Me Your Love was chosen for the Music 311 program in Toronto. So if you call the number 311 Toronto,
Yes.
and you call to get information, if you go on the hold and then you accept the hip hop, R&B, and soul category, you can actually hear the song "Show Me Your Love" with me and Ras Morgan, because it was selected last week.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's
So
exciting as well.
so you're doing a lot of work. The work is, getting out there beautifully. It's getting out
Yeah,
there beautifully.
I'm thankful.
So that means even though there are challenging times, there are also winning times. What has music taught you about, life?
Music has taught me so much about life, and I have to quote one of my favorite artists, Beres Hammond, when I say music is
Oh.
life. I love Beres. I got to see him live a few years ago. I was blown away. Oh my gosh, he is so amazing.
Yes.
That's why I want to do a song with Marcia and Barris. They're on my list to do songs with one day, and it's going to happen. I'm
But
gonna
I
make
can
it.
also see you. I can also see you do music with, say, the Morgan Heritage as well.
Yeah, Morgan Heritage, Jermaine Virgo. I want to do music with all of the artists I love and respect. I
Yes.
just,
Yes.
because they're all timeless artists, and that's why I
They
consider
are.
myself, an artist. And the kind of music I make is music you can play like 50 years, 100 years
Mm-hmm.
from now.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I write song, I write all of my songs. I
Mm-hmm.
tend to write that with that in mind.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Longevity.
Longevity. Longevity. It's not one hit wonder.
No, no. I mean, there are some really great one-hit wonder songs, but I feel like if you can make classic timeless music, like say a Bob Marley, a
Mm-hmm.
Marcia Griffiths, and that's the kind of music I was raised on. Because one
Yeah.
thing I will say, even though there isn't anybody musical in my family, I do have to credit my musical influences on my mom. Like my
Mm-hmm.
mom, she always raises with a plethora of good, wholesome music. I grew
Mm-hmm.
up listening to some really amazing genres like Motown. Like I was into
Yes.
Motown like when I was like so young, when
Oh,
I'm like
wow.
5 and 6, I'm listening to Motown, singing away. And I would be singing songs to my friends in like elementary school and high school, and they're like, what song is that? But these are some old school songs, because that's how I was raised, and that's what made me really not only just love the music, but also have a respect and an appreciation for
Mm-hmm.
the genres.
Yeah. Wow. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So coming this year, what are some of the things that you have, in the pipeline? What are we supposed to look, into?
Well, this is a bit of a new journey, because I know I mentioned to you about the digital marketing. So
Yes.
I'm really excited with going on that journey, because I really want to use that avenue to help a lot of artists and focus on music marketing, because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many amazing, talented musicians, especially in Toronto. But I feel like the avenues for marketing, there's so many, but it's not that easy to kind of figure out and decipher.
Access.
So I definitely want to be able to be someone in the industry that can also provide a platform for others and really help them get their music out there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I do a radio show as well on a station called Love Bay Radio. So I definitely
Yes.
want to shout out Jan, TYB. I do a show called Highway 6 to Africa. So we
Mm-hmm.
highlight a lot of Afrobeat artists and reggae
Mm-hmm.
artists. So I'm really honored for that. And we have to get you on our show as well. That'd be really good. I've got to return the favor. So um
That's fine. Mm-hmm.
but with that radio station and with the show, I'm going to be hosting an African music conference and
Mm-hmm.
also a concert showcasing Afrobeat artists and reggae and Canadian artists on that platform. So we're going to be planning that concert later on this year. And
I,
then,
I think if you're going to do that, I'm not sure. There is a big Af- Jules.
yeah, Afrofest. Yeah, and we,
No, Jules, Africa in Me, AIM Network, African Music
yes,
Week. Yes,
yeah.
I
But
think
there's gonna, but I feel like there needs to be more platforms to showcase African music, you know?
no, what I'm saying is a support, networking support. Yes. I
Yeah,
actually met you through him.
yeah, I know. So I want to shout out Jules and I want to shout out AIM Clothing, you know?
Yes,
So
yes, 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 yes. The
yeah,
world is such a small world. Wow. It's such a small world.
exactly.
Yeah, beautiful. I remember the Ghana Music Week. Oh, come, 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 come. This is Petra. She's a Juno award and she's a
I
recording artist. I,
know.
I did the storytelling for the children that day, but
Oh,
I'm
I
not
think it's
sure.
so amazing.
Were
They
you
need
there?
more of that. They need more of that, you know?
Yeah. Well, I say if they call me, I'm there, but
Yeah, it's
I will
really good
show
when you
up.
can. It's really
Mhm.
good because the children, they need to know about their roots and they need to know about where certain things come from, especially when it comes to African culture. And that's why I feel like with the conference that we're going to plan,
Mhm.
I definitely want to get Jules on the platform.
Mhm.
Also some of the organizers from Afrofest. Like I don't
Yes.
see why also even get you on there. Why not bring everybody together, you know, on a
Mhm.
platform that we can connect and grow? Because
Mhm.
unity is strength, you know? So
That's true.
it's another opportunity to get together. So that's what we want to
Unity
celebrate
is
this year.
strength. Yeah.
Yeah.
They dropped the Leeds English on me. I beg.
Yeah.
I need a dictionary.
Yeah. Unity. We don't pronounce the T's where I come from, you know?
And
Unity.
we will pronounce it unity. UNITY.
Yeah. You speak the proper English. Yeah. Mine's like, oh, mixed up.
Yes.
Yeah. Most
Beautiful.
definitely.
Great. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So we won't take much of your time since there's much more for you to do. But if people want to listen to follow your music, where will they, get you at?
Yeah, well, they can actually search me. You can check me out. If you guys can see me on the live stream, my name's spelling. But if you're listening in, it's Petra, Petra. And you can search me on Google. So it will show you all my platforms. I'm on all the
Mhm.
streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, all over. Just
Yeah.
Google me and you can find
So
me.
I will request for those links as well and then put it down on the YouTube link if anybody is interested and then they can, follow you. They can, how do you call, listen to the amazing music you do and they
Thank
can link
you.
up with, Love Bay Radio, your show that you also do. Girl, you are amazing. You are amazing. Thank
Thank
you
you, Nana.
so much. Thank you
Thank
for saying
you.
yes, coming on the Nana Yaya Boy show. This is not the end because I gotta let you go, but you will be back.
Yes, most definitely. I will be back giving you a full update.
Full update. We're going to, listen to how the digital marketing is going. We're going to get back into your motivation, that it factor and we're going to get the platform to motivate those that are coming behind you. And actually before you go, we still have a minute or so, so you give your advice, your mm, to the next
Most definitely.
generation.
Most definitely. I just want to also show off my shirt as well because I have my own clothing line. It's called
Oh,
Fearless Crown Clothing right here. Fearless Crown,
oh, okay.
inspired by my son, you know. His name is Kingsley, so that's why I call it
Yes.
Fearless Crown. And that's pretty
Hmm.
much what I want to spread and tell people. No matter what it is that you want to do, what you want to pursue, you go full force fearlessly. Go fearlessly into the unknown.
Yeah.
And take advantage of all the opportunities that you can because you don't know where it's going to lead you, you know?
Hmm.
You got to be fearless. And no matter what, don't let anything break you down.
No matter what, don't let anything break you down. Girl, if the things were going to break us down, you and I would not be having this conversation. But
Yeah.
then that is a conversation for another day, because if I start, we ain't going nowhere. And people will
Hmm.
be wondering, it's like, what? Yeah, we ain't going nowhere.
We gotta
So
plan that.
well, we will do that. We will have sort of like a women's sit talk and on
Hmm.
unpack and share experiences and what brought us to this point in our lives, because it's not an easy journey, as you can tell, as a parent working
Yeah.
full time. You have children, everything together. So I really commend you and I salute you, and please don't stop.
Thank you.
What
Thank you,
I have
Nana.
learned is that sometimes we do these programs or shows and we think I'm just talking to you, but the message is not just for you and I. It's for the person that you will never know, you will never see. So
Exactly.
yes. And that is what still keeps me going, doing, having these valuable conversations, you know, sh- doing these narrative storytelling is because you telling your story, your journey of experience is helping somebody somewhere that, they can master up and say, Petra went through all this and she's still doing this. I can take a bit from Petra and also add it to me. So, ladies,
Thank
gentlemen,
you.
great people, this is the Nanaya Yabwe show with Petra, Juno, Juno nomination. I always want to say Juno awarded because the
Because
award
it's
will
soon
come.
gonna happen. Soon
And
gonna happen. So that's why.
I don't like the
Speak
nomination.
it.
I like
Speak
the
it.
award.
Thank
Juno
you. I'm honored either
nominated.
way.
Yes, yes, yes. Juno nominated artist here in Canada. Thank you so much for saying yes.
Thank you, Nana. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the invite. It means a lot. God bless.
You're very welcome, my dear. You're very welcome. Viewers, this is the Nana Yaya Bwe show. Um, you can watch this, you can listen to this on Spotify, and also just subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Many of our subscribers I see are from the developing part of the world or from Africa and the United Kingdom. Some are from the United Kingdom, United States, so which says that the base is very, very broad, and I am very grateful to you all. Thank you.
Yeah, your expression.
This is the Nanaya Yabua Show.